Thanks to anyone checking out this video. My name is Mike. I'm 25 years old and I've been a software developer for about a year and a half. This video is mainly going to be talking about how I continue to fall off the bandwagon and get lazy in my journey as a developer. Whether it's making YouTube videos or practicing for technical interviews or working on some type of individual project, learning something new, I always seem to make certain goals and milestones about, for example, how often I'll make a YouTube video or some type of milestone where I want to be finished a certain project or have learned a new technology by a certain date, but I eventually fall off and life gets in the way of the habits I was trying to build. And so this video, I kind of decided to start small, document it with this video, what exactly I'm going to be doing to build these habits, get better as a developer, and try to stay on track this time. My focus is going to be on mainly two different things. First of all, interviewing skills that get you a developer job. These skills for the technical interviews are going to be a lot different actually than what you need on the job. So the skills I use to get my job are really not that similar to those that I now use in my developer job. And so because of that, I'm going to try to be working on my technical interview skills every single day. And then to go along with that, there's going to be a focus on building my own applications and projects, because as important as it is to have the technical whiteboard coding question skills, those skills don't stand well on their own. Whether you have a degree or not, companies nowadays want you to be building things outside of school or your current job, and so those are going to be the two main focuses of what I'm trying to do here. And so first of all, one of the main things I'm going to be doing to work on my interviewing skills is going to be doing one problem on the website LeetCode every single day, no matter what. It's going to be the first thing I do in the morning. I personally like Google Calendar, so I set this up in my calendar as a reminder that I have to complete one question every single day. This is going to be something that I'm trying to do to get my interview skills sharper, and something that I want to keep doing even though I have a job, because you never really know what could happen, and if something changed, I got fired, I got laid off with all the crazy stuff that's going on now, or I just didn't like what was going on in my work or found a new opportunity, I don't want to have to take the time to retrain those interview skills, because the coding questions, although after you get good at them, like, you're going to retain some of that, and if you're not actively exercising that skill, you're going to lose it a little bit. And so these LeetCode questions are just a small way to exercise that skill. You can use dailycodingproblem.com. They'll send you emails, or HackerRank, or whatever it is, but I like LeetCode. They have a nice platform. You can choose your programming language, which for me is C# right now, and run the code directly in their little IDE, their little environment, and it gives you actual feedback too on how your solution compares to the other people that have submitted on their site, when it comes to time and space complexity. So one LeetCode problem every day is what I'm going to be doing. I'm starting with all just the easy problems, so that is not very intensive or difficult at all, not very time consuming. It's going to be something I can really knock out real quick in the morning. And so I can make sure that I'm going to end up building the habit over a couple weeks. I'll do a couple weeks of easy problems, and then I'll start throwing in some more difficult ones. But in addition to that, I might be making some videos just taking you through some of these LeetCode questions as I solve them myself. There's a lot of other people that do videos like that, just explaining how a LeetCode question is solved. But I think doing that for me is going to force me to talk out loud and explain what I'm doing, just like an in-person interview would be. So that's going to be helpful for me. And then the other thing I'm going to be doing that's going to be focused on the interviewing skills is starting back up a habit that I was actually in a couple months ago that I had fallen off of, which is practicing technical interviews using the website Pramp. I was previously scheduling interviews on Pramp, which is a coding interview prep site. It basically gives you a in-person video call with another person. It's about an hour long. You solve one coding problem and then switch roles, and you get to interview the other person. So the website is definitely helpful. You're kind of forced to explain the problem, how you're solving it, your methods, and it just gives you some social interaction as well. And then plus, if you're looking for a dev job right now, which I'm not, but if you are looking right now, a lot of interviews, given what's going on, are going to be through video chats, so it can get you used to that already. And so the goal here is I'm going to be scheduling one Pramp interview every 2 weeks. So because I have a job right now, I'm not actively looking for new jobs. I'm doing these practice interviews much less frequently, but if you are currently looking for a job right now, I would suggest doing as many of these as you can, because there's no consequence to messing up the practice interviews, and you can make a lot of progress in even just 1 week if you schedule a couple of these a day and stay on top of it. So that is my general current plan for moving forward, trying to get my interview skills back up to par. So to go along with the interview practice and learning that I'm going to be doing, I also want to be building projects actively on my own and making sure my GitHub is staying active, and constantly have stuff going on outside of my current job that I can put on my resume and show as independent projects, because at the moment I can't show any new companies the current code that I'm working on day to day, because it's all, we sell the code. My company, it'd be illegal to show them the code that I worked on, so, and I won't have access to it if I'm interviewing at other places. So I'm going to be doing one main project that I want to focus on. The ultimate goal is to build a portfolio, have a website dedicated to the portfolio that has links out to all my projects, and have at least 2, 3, 4, 5 different projects that are solid that I can speak to, that show a couple different skills and different technologies. But for now, I'm just going to work on one project, and it's going to be building a online chess app. This is something that I have interest in. I play chess online and chess in general a lot. So building the chess app is something I'll actually have interest in, and the goal is to just take my time, slowly build it, make it better, and once it gets to a point where it's actually usable, I've implemented a good bit of the logic behind the chess application, and it's hosted on a website that other people can access. Then I'm going to hopefully move on to another project, and maybe when I have 2 specific projects that I think are good and something that I can put on a portfolio site, I'm going to take the time to build that portfolio site as well. And so this is much more of a long-term goal than the interview stuff, but the goal is to every single day, whether it's to check in code or to just, at the very least, try to make some type of active improvement to the chess website. And so hopefully I plan on making a couple more videos. I think my next video is going to be just me sitting down solving a handful of LeetCode problems, or maybe I'll split them up, just one video per problem. But either way, if I record the video, have it screen captured actively while I'm doing it, it'll give me an opportunity to explain what I'm doing and document the LeetCode problem, and hopefully that'll be helpful for other people as well. So hopefully you guys can follow along, build maybe some similar habits, and keep yourself and myself accountable throughout this. So thanks again for watching.